Edamame is a form of soybean. It's an immature soybean, and typically, you'll see it in the frozen food section, and they're in pods. They're in like beans. They look like green beans. This is what they look like. These are cooked from the frozen Dora the Explorer Edamame bag, and these cute little things are down in the organic section. The organic freezer, right down at the bottom of the stair, has these cute little soybean package. And so when you open it up, you get these. So these are like little lunchbox sizes of edamame. Totally cute. You know, you can put it in. The kids would eat this, sure. You have like a little mozzarella cheese stick and a half an apple or something. And these things have tons of protein in them, and they have a lot of isoflavones, incredibly heart healthy, really good, sort of an estrogen mimicker. And so it's really wonderful. Soybeans are really wonderful for women of a certain age. And so we're going to start with the edamame and cilantro hummus. Now hummus, do you guys know what hummus is? Typically it's garbanzos or chickpeas, typically. And so this one is just a little different in that we have, we're using as a base the edamame. You can use anything as a base for hummus. I've used black-eyed peas before. I've used sweet potatoes, I've used black beans, I've used just a ton of different things to make hummus with. But generally it's a bean dip. And this time we're using edamame. We're still using tahini. Now I used this tahini several months ago in a demo here as well. So this is a good way of using up the tahini if you purchased it at that time. I think I probably made something during Christmas time that had the tahini in it. It lasts forever in the refrigerator. So this is tahini brand sesame paste, and this you get down in the international section of the grocery store. It lasts forever, and there's a wonderful dressing recipe on the back of this tahini dressing that's just amazing. So this is typically in hummus as well, because hummus is a Middle Eastern dish. So tahini, and then garlic. We're using cilantro. Cilantro, again, is used a lot in Hispanic and Asian cooking. The seeds of the cilantro, which I get immediately, I mean, I don't even get any cilantro in the garden. It goes like straight to seeds. It's like, whoa. But the seed pods in cilantro is coriander. And coriander, again, is a really strong, lemony flavor that's used a lot in Asian cooking. And so this is cilantro down in the produce section. It's also got cayenne and cumin, little lemon juice, and water and olive oil. And we're going to go ahead and start making this now with my trusty old beat up food processor. Anyone have any questions yet? All right. Now, you know, I kind of even hate recipes. Recipes are just sort of a list of ingredients, and it's very loose. As long as I kind of have a format, just kind of a sketch of a recipe or an idea, of what I want the dish to taste like or to look like. I can kind of back into it depending on what's in my refrigerator, what's in my pantry. And you know, and I rarely use the quantities, like the teaspoon of, or the 3/4 teaspoon of cumin or whatever. I just kind of wing it and decide, and just keep tasting it and see if I like it. And I have because I worked in the restaurant business for a while, I tend to punch up a lot of flavors. So sometimes I'll add more lemon juice, more tahini, just so I can just get a real nice, powerful flavor. Especially when you're doing appetizers, because appetizers are certainly to pique your appetite, but it's also just to get some nice big punches of flavor. And I called this, I don't know. So I think I've put it on here, but I didn't publish it before because it just came up. But these are Easter appetizers versus appetizers. So I thought that was cute. So anyway, the edamame is in the food processor, and I'm going to add tahini. Just a good blob of tahini. Again, I don't really do a lot of measuring. And I'm going to roll this lemon just a little bit to warm it up and get it juicier. I don't know what order the recipes are in your recipe packet. Oh, it's the first one. Okay, so we're fine.
Hummus is the last one.
What? I'm sorry? It's the last one. And fresh lemon juice. I'm cheating. I'm using Spice World garlic this time instead of bashing the garlic. This stuff lasts forever in the refrigerator. It's probably deadly for you, but if you don't use it all that much. And now cilantro, again, anybody have an issue with cilantro here that they know of? Okay. Because sometimes people can really, really like cilantro or really, really don't like cilantro. So since everyone here is okay with cilantro, I'm going to go ahead and chop some up. And you don't just use the leaves, you use the whole thing. And lots of times when I'm using cilantro, I try to find the cilantro that has the roots attached as well, because the roots are very flavorful. If they're clean, of course, not dirty. And they're just amazing. It's just a wonderful flavor. Some salt. And when you're making this, you just keep tasting it. You open it up and you get your little spoon, you just taste. We have a little cayenne, a little cumin, a kind of big chunk of cumin, a good bit of cumin here. And olive oil, and white pepper. And I use white pepper in this because I don't really want to see the flecks of black pepper. But also white pepper is actually a little more potent. I don't know if you guys know that or not. White pepper is just a tad bit more potent than black pepper. Okay, I'm gonna move this over here. So can everybody see how pretty, how nice and green that is? Really, really nice. And then we just whirl it and push it down, see how it's doing. It's a really nice, real green smell. Add a little water to this. Loosen it up a bit. Now see, this is really pretty, very fresh looking, wonderful for Easter, for your Easter table. Is anyone having people over for Easter? Nobody. Well, this is good for a party any year, any time of the year.
Well, I'm to take appetizers to my nieces.
Oh, good. Well, you'll take this and they'll go, what? And say, oh, it's just something I threw together. Hey, come on in. All right, so that is the end of the edamame section. So all I'm going to do now is put it in this not so attractive bowl. The one back on the table is a lot prettier. This is the wonderful dry roasted edamame that's in the snack section of the grocery store. And they're really, it's you know, they're not, sometimes they're not really attractive, all that attractive. They kind of look like bugs in a way, but just is what it is. They're very tasty bugs, but they're still just dry roasted edamame. So I'm going to sprinkle that on top and then put a drizzle of olive oil on that. So this is an amazing dip because not only is it pretty and colorful and very fresh tasting, but it's, except for the fat that's in this is incredibly good. You've got olive oil and you've got the sesame tahini. It's really, really good fat. And the soybeans also have a little fat, not too much, but the soybeans have a ton of protein in them. It's a really good source of vegetarian protein. So I like to use soybeans a lot, and this is a wonderful recipe for just that.